Who Dr. Jones?
Dr. Jones. The fellow that gave the canary his singing lessons. You remember when I found out you'd grown feathers?
That's enough, thanks.
It's a lucky thing for you that I was interrupted. You'd be reading books with your fingers instead of your eyes. It's listed on the record as unfinished business. We took care of it some future date. I figure every dog has his day, and mine's coming pretty soon now.
Don't pay him no mind, Jim.
No, there's a wall between him and me.
You fucking bet there is. Or you'd be a dead canary. There'd be yellow feathers floating all over Wall.
As a matter of fact, Ollie, there's a wall between every man in here and outside of here.
Outside? Nah.
Sure there is. Every man living is walking around like he's in a cage, only you don't let it go until he's dead. And that's when it all comes to pieces and he stops being lonesome. Because he realizes he's part of something bigger than him.
I'm bigger than him.
Yes.
What's that?
Intellectual and universe. You know, sometimes, Ollie, I think a man don't have to wait until he's dead to get himself outside of his cage.
And you mean he should bump himself up?
No. He can make it a great big wall to keep him in from the world, make it a great big door to shut him up. You know what? Intellectual emancipation.
What's that?
A couple of words that came across in a book.
They sound like big words.
They are big words. So big that the world hangs on. They can tell us what to read, what to say, what to do, but they can't tell us what to think. And as long as a man can think, well, he ain't exactly locked up anywhere, is he? He can think himself outside of all their walls and all their boundaries and make the world his place to live in. It's a swell feeling, all of you done that. It's like being alone on top of a mountain at night with nothing around you but stars. Only you know that you're not alone because you know that you're part of everything living, and everything living is part of you. And that's when you get an idea what God is. Not some Mr. Santa Claus dropping answers to prayers down chimneys.
No?
No. But big and terrible as night is, and yet as soft as a woman. You see what I mean?
Oh, well, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. It's kind of a balmy feeling.
You guys don't get what I'm talking about.
No, but I do. See, thinking's like praying. Except with praying, feel like you got somebody else on the other end of the line.
Yeah.
Be quiet, y'all. I'm sick. I need my sleep. Jeez.
Where's that light from?
Another boatload of goddamn jitterbugs. They're throwing the glimpse on us. What do you think this is, a zoo or something? Go to hell, you lousy bastards. You're worthless, no good, son.
Afterlight's in there.
Someday it's gonna be permanently afterlights for that old screw. Elliot, Joy.
Yeah. And stinking meatballs. My God, I'm gonna quit eating if they don't start putting in more digestible food.
Quit eating. Quit eating, huh?
Oh,
You know, I think you might just have something there, Joe. You ever hear of a hunger strike?
Huh?
Sometimes it works. Gets in the papers, starts investigations. They get better food.
We get Klondike.
Yeah, well, Klondike won't hold 3,500 men.
No, but I'll see you would go first on account of our reputation.
Yeah, well, we'll beat Klondike.
You talk too big sometimes. You ever been in Klondike?
Yeah, once.
What's it like?
It's a little suburb of hell.
That's what I thought.
They got radiators all around the walls. And there ain't no windows.
Christ almighty.
Steam. Steam hisses out of the valves. Like this. Till it gets so thick you can't see nothing. It's like breathing fire in your lungs. The floor gets so goddamn hot you can't stand on it. There ain't no place else to stand.
How do you live?
There's an air hole in the wall over the side. But when there's a bunch in Klondike, they get panicky and they start fighting over the air hole. And the ones that ain't strong don't make it.
It kills them?
Oh yeah. Unless the boss takes them out. But when you beat in Klondike, you beat everything they got to offer in here. It's their ace of spades.
What's that about Klondike, Butch?
Nothing. He's talking in his sleep again.
I dreamed about Klondike one night.
Did you?
Yeah. It was the night I woke up screaming. Remember?
Sure. I remember. Oh, Jesus.
Good morning.
Hi.
I believe you spend more time here than the boss does.
That's because I like it here, especially when I'm alone.
Oh, you'll excuse my intrusion.
No, I didn't mean you. You don't bother me.
Thanks.
As a matter of fact, it's a rare and enviable privilege for a Connie to get this close to a member of the opposite sex.
Really?
Really, truly. Sometimes I have to blink my eyes a few times just to make sure you're not one of those visual, auditory hallucinations that some fellows develop in stir.
Well, wasn't there a girl working here before me?
There was, but she was sort of a cow.
Oh.
Wayland's wife's second cousin. But he's a remarkable man.
He is or she is?
They both were. Now you know why they call me the canary. I talk too much.
No, in what way?
Well, he had her in there the first week.
Well, what's in there?
He would go in there after ground inspection, and she would go in there with him. And she died of an operation, and Wayland bought his wife a new coat. So how do you like your new job?
Well, not so well now.
There's some features in the Sunday supplement that you won't read about.
Yes, I didn't sleep last night.
No?
I'm thinking about that boy's mother.
Well, you get used to things like that around here.
Well, I don't want to get used to things like that.
Well, why don't you quit then?
Say, you don't know much about the unemployment situation.
No, I got in before the Depression.
Well, you're lucky.
Think so?
You know, there was a case in the paper where a man broke a plate glass window just so he could go to jail and get something to eat.
I bet he regretted it, especially if he ended up in this place.
Well, I don't know. The sample menu's okay.
Oh, we spill that stuff on everybody that comes in the office just so they don't know what's really going on.
And what's that?
Starvation.
You're crazy.
Sure I am. Crazy as a bedbug. But I've still got sense enough to recognize beans and hamburger and spaghetti. And when they're served to me in slightly variegated combinations 6 or 7 times a week, will you wonder why we make such a big fuss about them? Well, I'll tell you why. Because he was important to us. We ain't got no women to sleep with, no shovels, no hammers, no papers to write on, no automobiles, no golf. Eating's all we got. And when they make it so darn monotonous that we want to puke at the sight of it, well, that's like setting a match to a keg of powder.
Listen, I hear you're dancing.
Yeah, they're just practicing for the commissioner's bank.
Well, it sounds very cheerful.
Well, if you believed in Bentley's, if you believed that the millennium was going to ride at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Well, why not? Maybe it will. Brass band can sell me anything, Jim.
I'll tell you this.
Yes, it could even sell me that, but not in the warden's office.
Did you eat yours?
Eat that shit. Make me sick just to look at it.
Spaghetti 4 times a week.
Ah, that's nothing. I used to work in a spaghetti factory.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I remember one time the spaghetti machines got out of control. Spaghetti all over the place. Spaghetti oozing out of the walls, the doors, the windows. Spaghetti blocking up every window, everywhere, man. Just a big suffocating mass of spaghetti.
Oh, please.
So I says to the boss, I says to the foreman, for Christ's sakes, how in the hell are we going to get out of here now? With all this spaghetti slopping all over the floor. He says to me, boys, there's only one way we're going to get out of here now. How's that? Here, he says. He hands me a big knife and a fork and says, you gotta eat your way out.
Oh, for the love of master.
Bringing a new boy in.
Here's your boudoir, Sonny.
Here?
Yeah, here.
What did you do that for? Shove me. I was going in, wasn't I?
Sure, he was going in. He just wanted to help you.
I don't like being pushed around like that.
I'd complain to the governor.
I have an appeal coming before the governor.
Have you now?
Yeah, I didn't get a fair trial. I was railroaded up here. My lawyer said so.
Your lawyer said so.
Yeah, he said, hey, we all gotta stand here together like this? Jesus, too small.
What's that your lawyer said?
He said, what's that? Cockroaches. Oh, gosh. Oh, I don't like being cooped up like this.
What did your lawyer say?
He said for me to sit tight. He'd have me out of here in 2 weeks. A month at the most.
A month at the most. What do you think of that, Butch?
I think it's a lot of that stuff they use shovels for. Clean out the stable floor. The new bunk there, new boy now. Get on over there and pay attention to what I got to tell you.
Hey, quit shoving.
How old are you anyway, you little punk?
20. I told you I don't like being pushed around.
Listen, when you're talking back to me, you're talking back to this. Now sit down. Pay attention to what I have to say.
Why should I take orders from you? You're not one of the officials around here.
Listen, buddy. In Spain, it's Mussolini.
You mean Italy? It's Mussolini.
I mean, we're fucking lost. And in Germany, it's a little monkey with a trick mustache. But in here, in this place, it's Butch O'Fallon. And Butch O'Fallon is me. So now that we've been properly introduced, I'd like to repeat my polite invitation for you to remove your butt from my chair and sit down. What's your name, boy?
Jeremy Trout.
stretch.
Yeah, what of it?
What's your rap?
I was indicted for stealing money.
What from?
Cash register at a chain store. I didn't do it. I was framed by a couple of clerks.
Well, you know, I believe you. You don't look like you got enough gumption to crack it, Phil. How much you got?
On me? Nothing. They even took my cigarettes.
Oh boy. In your stretch, how long?
Judge Leston gave me 5 years. My lawyer says I'll take like 2 weeks.
You'll do 5 years.
What? 5 years? I'll go crazy locking here that long.
Out your mother.
Oh, I feel sick. Oh, that air in here is no good.
No?
No, it
Well.
smells.
Well, there's the slop.
Oh,
It ain't been emptied yet. That's your job. The new man always empties.
no. 5 years. I couldn't stand being cooped up that long. At high school, I was a runner, you know.
A runner, huh?
That's what I said. You look so athletic. Woo.
Yes, I held a 220 state record for 3 years.
Well, fancy that.
That's what I was made for, running. Let's take a look at my leg.
Pips, huh?
If I could get permission to run around the yard a few times, that way I'd escape in great condition.
You'll go like Sailor Jack.
I'll get you marbles. Buddy, I ain't the sentimental type, but I feel sorry for you.
Why? Don't you think you'll let me?
No,
Why not?
because you're a con.
But a con's a human being, right? He's gotta be treated like one.
A con ain't a human being, boy. Con is a con. He's stuck in here. The world's forgot him. As far as the world is concerned, he don't exist anymore. What happens to him in here, them people outside, they don't know. And they don't care. See, he's been entrusted into the care of the state. The state, yeah. The state hands him over to a guy called the warden. And a bunch of other guys called guards. And who are they? Men who like to boss other men. Maybe they could have been truck drivers or street cleaners. Hell, even circus clowns. But they didn't want to be none of that. Why? Because they got a natural instinct for swinging a shillelagh. They like the crackheads. They like to make sausage out of human flesh. So they get to be guards. Sounds a lot like gods, doesn't it? Well, it ain't so much of a coincidence either. 'Cause the only difference between guards and gods is that guards has an R in it. And that R stands for rat. That's what a guard is according to my definition. Great big fucking rat. Who thinks he's God? You better not forget that. Because, sunshine, you ain't in high school anymore. And you ain't at your chains. You sure as hell aren't at the Olympics. That's part 1 of your education. Part 2 is to stay away from stool pigeons. Hey, canary! He ain't in yet. But we got ourselves a little songbird in the next cage. Who sings real sweetly for the boss sometimes. So don't be buddies with him. Give him a cigarette, Joe.
Yeah. Mr. Olympics.
Keep it covered. How's your stomach now?
Some better.
Good. You just might quit eating.
Quit eating?
Yep, I've been thinking a lot about what we talked about last night, Joe. Just about soul on it.
Still on the fence about that.
Well, there ain't no fucking fence to be sitting on, Joe. Because when I say hunger strike in here, there's gonna be a hunger strike.
Hunger strike?
What's that?
big and yellow tonight, Joe?
You're going like Sailor Jack, saying hello to the moon.
You know, me and God got something in common, Joe.
Yeah? What's that?
A weakness for blondes.
Butch. Hello, Butch.
Goldie?
Yes, it's me.
How did you get in here?
Walls ain't big enough to keep us apart. Always, Butch.
You mean you walked right through? They couldn't stop you.
That's right, honey.
It's marvelous. It's marvelous.
Sure. I never was an ordinary girl. There's always something unusual about me. You noticed that. How light I was on my feet and always laughing. A girl that danced like me all night until I wrapped up the fiddles and covered the drums. That never got tired. I'd always wanted one more of what I was offered. Something kind of special. You know that, Butch.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that, Goldie. I always had that special feeling about you, kid. Honey, I used to try and find words to tell you what you did to me nights. When you opened your mouth against mine and gave me your love. Room 23, that was yours. 6 flights up the narrow staircase with brass tacks on an old red carpet. Bulbs at the end of the hall. Fire escape. We used to sit out there summer nights. Drink iced beer till all we could do was giggle and then go to bed. Day used to come up so slow and easy. The long white blinds. Maybe a little wind making the curtains stir. The milk wagons rapping along. Out in the East River, foghorns blew. I never slept. I lay and watched you sleep. Your face was like that of a little girl then. A girl no man ever touched. I never told you about the times that I watched you sleeping. Or how I felt about you then. Because I wasn't good at making speeches. But I guess you knew.
Of course I knew. I knew you loved me, Butch.
I wonder if your face still looks like that when you're asleep.
I haven't changed. You want to know that, Butch.
But how do you live? How do you get along now, Goldie?
As good as any girl can expect. I still work days over at the Imperial Dry Cleaners and nights I work at the Paradise, Butch.
I wanted you to quit the Paradise, Goldie.
What for?
I don't like other fellas dancing with you.
They don't mean nothing, just pay sport tickets. That's all they are to me, Butch. I keep the stops and tournament for cash. And that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, but when they hold you close sometimes, when the lights go over for the waltz, you don't ever close your eyes and blow your breath down their necks like you done for me, Goldie.
No. Never.
You wouldn't lie to me, Goldie.
Of course I wouldn't. Some girls say one man is as good as another. That they're all the same. But I'm not made like that, Butch. I give myself for keeps. And time don't change
though someone else may near your heart. Once in a while, will you dream of the moments I shared with you? Moments before we two drifted apart.
The same old kid, running my dancing slippers down at the heels, but not forgetting your love, and going home at nights alone, sleeping alone in a big brass bed, having it empty, Butch, and waiting for you.
Waiting for me.
Yes, waiting for you.
Goldie.
So long, Butch.
Goldie.
So long.
Goldie!
What's the matter, Butch?
He's talking and sleeping. Go.
God damn you!
Look at this. It's a rubber ducky for the baby.
I didn't know you had one.
You bet your life I got one. Cutest little baby doll you ever set eyes on.
Boy or girl?
Why, girl. I wouldn't have nothing else. Will she ever be tickled pink when she sees this? Wait, Eva, I'm going to get her on the line just now. Do you want to hear this or not? Hello, Mama. Yeah. How's Trix? Okay. Yeah. Well, put the baby on. Now listen. Hooligan. Hey, Poppy. Poppy don't want to know if you was being a good little girl. You are? That good. Poppy got something for good little girls. No, not a dick candy. You'll see when Poppy gets home. Yes, you will. Poppy's gotta go now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Cute as the Dickens, though. Looks just like Shirley Temple. Look.
Yes, there is a resemblance.
Come on in, Jimmy boy. What's new?
Nothing new. Same old complaints about food, only they're getting louder all the time, boss.
What do you mean? Well, what do they want? Caviar? Cream puffs? Do they want us to have printed menus so they can order a la carte? Eva, could you put those medals
Those
back?
meatballs were harder on the nose than they were on the stomach, or should I say harder on the stomach. I think they got mixed up at the market somehow. They got sent up here instead of down to the zoo where they belong.
Huh. What are you talking about? They weren't no good? Look here, Jimmy boy. You're talking a bit too uppity. Showing off for Miss Crane, I guess that's it, huh?
You know, if I didn't give you my honest opinion, what good would I be?
Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. I like it, Jim. You know why? You got a face that looks like it was cut out of rock. Turn sideways, Jimmy. Eva, have you ever seen a clean-cut profile from that? The jaw, the nose, the lips. Looks like it was carved out of stone. I tried to break that when Jimmy first came in here. Yes, I did. I never could. It always stayed like it is. Stone face. Never got to change. Not even when I give him 50 strikes with rubber hose every morning for 14 days. Do you remember that, Jimmy boy, do you?
Yes, sir.
When I seen I couldn't break him, I said to myself, Bert Whalen, here's a man that you could use. So I did. Jimmy's a trustee now. Keeps me posted on the conditions of the man. Canary Jim! That's what the other cons call you. Ain't that so, Jimmy boy, huh? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Jimmy's on my side, all right. I couldn't beat him, so I made him useful. Take your shirt off, Jim. Show Evie your back. Come on, take it off. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up, Jim. Look at that, Eva. See them scars? See them? Got them 10 years ago. Pretty sight it was then. Raw meat. Skin hung down like pieces of red tissue paper. Flesh was all pulpy, beat up. Blood swirled like juice from the right tomato every time I wrung that whip down on you. Had enough, Jimmy boy? Are you ready to go back to that bossing machine? No, sir. Not till it's finished. He defied me like that for 14 days. I seen I either have to kill him or admit that he had me licked. So I says to him, you win, Jim. You don't go back to no embossing machine. No, sirree. You come and work for me every morning in this office because you're a man that's made out of the stuff I like. Stoneface, huh, Jimmy boy? Stoneface, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thunderations, what's wrong? Let go of that woman.
She's fainted.
Let go of her. Get your shirt back on, Jim. Tell those fucks in Hall C that I've had enough of their complaints, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, young lady?
I'm
It's all right, Jim. Get your shirt back on.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I want you for a little talk with Butch O'Fallon tonight. You tell him that I am tired of complaints in Hall C. If he wants trouble, I'm the baby that can dish it out. Go on, get on him! Get out of here! Well, young lady, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it that strong, you know? Jimmy's a good boy, all right, but it doesn't hurt to remind him of his good old friend, Dr. Jones. You think I'm brutal, don't you? You've got to realize the position I'm in. I've got 3,500 men in here. Men that would knife their own mothers for the price of a beer. Sometimes it takes a mighty firm hand. Yeah, sirree. Cute, huh? She's gonna get a kick out of this.
Save your shoe leather.
What for?
You might want to eat it tonight instead of cold beans.
Beans, huh?
Hey, it's a letter from my lawyer.
What does it say, honey?
He says for me to sit tight.
Goodness, my nails are in awful condition.
Sit tight? What does he think I've been doing since I fucking got here? Sit tight!
Take it easy, Mr. Olympics. Who told you cold beans?
Boy that works in the kitchen.
I don't trust that lawyer. This time he says 6 months.
I don't trust no man, honey. No further, I could kick Grant's too with my fractured toe.
You know, he ought to know.
To my lawyer?
Your lawyer. No, the kitchen boy.
Maybe our friend the canary forgot to spill.
Yeah, he wouldn't forget to spill anything.
Then maybe the boss don't care how we feel about cold fucking beans for supper.
No, he wants to call our hand.
Sure. He's got an ace in the hole. Klondike.
Yeah, but we got one too.
Hunger strike?
You named it, brother.
2 guys can't hold the ace of spades.
Oh, yeah. The one time I sat in the game where that was the situation.
How did you solve
This.
it? You better quit flashing that thing.
Everybody knows I got tough whiskers. Oh, looky here. Here it comes. It's the canary. Oh, canary. Hey, how them solo flights you been making? You know, out there on the mountain tops. Nothing around you but the stars.
Don't pay him no mind, Jim.
Never mind about that, I got something to tell you.
Oh, why don't you tell us about Goldilocks and the 3 bears, huh?
I like goody two-shoes.
What?
I said, come outside for a minute.
All right. You want to fight, do you, huh?
No, I want to talk.
You always want to talk. But that's trouble, isn't it? You got something to spill, why don't you bring it on in here?
I remember the last time I got to cage with you, Butch.
I'm glad I made such a good impression.
You coming up?
No. Are you coming in?
Yeah, as soon as they douse the windows.
I wouldn't do that, honey. Butch has tough whiskers.
Yeah, I know that you cut some.
Why don't you spill it then?
I never deliberately ratted on no one, but all right, I'm coming in.
Now, Butch, watch yourself. It's not worth getting jerked to Jesus for.
No, Canary. My respect for you's gone up 200%.
It's like I was telling Oliver last night. We all got walls around ourselves, Butch, that we can't see through. That's why we make so much mistakes about each other. Have a smoke?
No. You just say what you gotta say, and then take a double potter. I don't want to lose control.
All right, I know what you got in mind.
What?
Hunger strike.
And what of it?
I wouldn't recommend it, Butch.
Oh, yeah. Whale didn't tell you to say that, did he?
No, this is on the level, Butch.